So here we go. 5 at 5, plenty to discuss as always. By the way, Atro is joining us from Singapore today. He's there to report on the Gukesh Ding Liren match. Today is a rest day and he's just reached today morning. So we will get chess updates from Atro. Shubhayan, sleepy Shubhayan. Sleepy Shubhayan has been a long day for him. Half an hour more and then he can hit the bed. Joining us from Adelaide, been a pretty heavy day there. Gargi is joining us from Delhi and Shomik with me here in the studio. Let me go to you, Shubhayan, first. So, what's the update from Adelaide before I get into the Pakistan debate? And Athro can also contribute to the Pakistan debate, not just chess. Obviously, we'll take comments from Gargi and Shomik. Devashish will also join. But Shubhayan, what is the latest coming out of Adelaide? We've seen the Indian team reach, including Rohit Sharma giving Devashish a friendly punch. What else happened?
So as reported earlier, today even we spotted Virat Kohli and Jasprit Bumrah outside the team hotel. Although because they were with the family, we did not take any visuals. We wanted to give respect to his privacy, and after that, soon after that, the team arrived at the team hotel, and then there were a few fans who wanted autographs and selfies with the cricketers. So Rohit Sharma was courteous enough to come after checking into his room. He came down later and signed some autographs for the fans and took some photos. It was a funny incident with Devashish as Mama lined up to take the photograph. He just punched him on his chest and said, "Oh, Mama." So it was a funny moment. It was a friendly banter
Gargi,
between
show us
two
that
of them.
photo. Show us that mama photo.
So it was a friendly banter between them, but it was business as usual. For this is the visual of Rohit signing some autographs for some fans, and it was good to see someone like Rohit Sharma come down and take some time for his fans and greet them officially, Adelaide. But for Australia, it was business as usual, as we reported today. Steve Smith, Usman Khwaja, Travis Head, Marnus Labuschagne, Nathan McSweeney, and Brendan Doggett were spotted at the nets. Alex Carey was also there. So it was an optional session for the Australian team, but yes, India will start training from tomorrow onwards. Tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. local, they have the 5:30 p.m. or 5 p.m. local. They have their practice session. No press conference from their side, but Alex Carey will address a press conference from Australia's side. They are training in the afternoon, same time as today. So after Australia, India will train under the lights, and we'll see India's officially India starting their preparation in Adelaide from tomorrow onwards.
লোকজন লিখছে কাটাপ্পা মামা কই so cute. What is this nonsense going on here? Mama koi, but there's a the whole clamor for mama atro ki kocho. There's a whole demand. We want mama. Look at that hashtag from Quick Flicks Hub. We want mama. But mama will come. Mama had put his screen on completely dark. He went to have dinner. So he's coming back from his dinner. But Shubhan, on a more serious note, what is the Indian practice schedule for tomorrow? Just one more time for our viewers before I go to Shomik, Gargi, and Athrev on Pakistan, because that's something we need to debate here today. So, what's the Indian practice and Australian practice schedule?
So India will train from 5:30 p.m. tomorrow till 9 p.m. local time, which will be around 12:30 p.m. In Indian time, and we'll see. I think it's not an optional session for the Indian team, so we'll see the whole team turn up for the practice session. And importantly, so they had one of their days of the Prime Minister's 11 game washed out due to rain, and after that we saw the Indian team have a good go with the pink ball on day two. It was a 50-year affair, so they did not play out as many balls as possible as they would have liked. Particularly on Rohit Sharma, I think he would want to use. Yes, there's that fun photo of Rohit Sharma and Devashish today at the team hotel. So it was good on Rohit's part to share a light moment with all of the fans and Mama outside the team hotel. But on a serious note, I think Rohit Sharma would want to get rid of his poor run of form, that slump in form, and sort out whatever instinctive shots that he's playing, that drive, that half-hearted drive we saw in the Prime Minister's 11. So it will be interesting how he trains, what is his training method. Manas Labuschagne looked, he is averaging 13 in this entire year in the longest format. So today he looked his intent was there. He was looking to play out the strokes at the net and not leave as many balls as he was seen doing in Perth, especially in that first innings against Jasprit Bumrah. So he was looking to play out his strokes, try and connect with the ball as much as possible. So it will be interesting to see how Rohit Sharma also fine tunes his game in the build up to the test. Otherwise, I think the Indian team is looking good. Shubman Gill is also back to his full fitness, so the Indian team is shaping up quite well. Now, all eyes will be on Rohit and how he does. And of course, who will be that third pacer, whether it be Harshit Rana, whether it will be Akashdeep, that is something which we have to keep an eye on at the Indian nets. And uh, Australia, they have an optional session tomorrow, but I feel that a lot more players will turn up for their training tomorrow, Buryada.
So that's the kind of lowdown, and these are visuals of the Indians coming into Adelaide. Huh? I mean, this is not Canberra anymore. This is Adelaide. This is the team hotel, the Intercon, which is just about 10 minutes walk. 10 minutes walk. If you just cut across the river and cut across into the kind of mall and the train station, that's where the hotel is. So Shubhayan and Devashish will have it pretty easy from the ground. There's Morne Mokel there. Gautam Gambhir is on his way back. His personal issue, lot better. I happened to have a chat, not a chat, a WhatsApp exchange when he wished us for third anniversary of Rev Sports. And I did not obviously ask about when he's joining because that was a personal conversation. But from what I know, his issues at home are much better. So Gautam Gambhir is expected to join the team back tomorrow. Let's go to Athrev for a quick chess update before we let him go because he's still a little bit jet lagged. So we'll let Athrev go after the chess update and get him full steam from tomorrow. So Athrev, 3-3, intense match going on after the loss. Gukesh came back. We would want your reports and stuff from tomorrow, but set it up for us. Set it up. You're in Singapore. What are you expecting so far? You followed it very closely. Over to you, Athrev.
You are on mute, Atroda.
Hello?
Ha, Athrev, bolo. Now it's okay. Bolo, tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, it's shaping up quite, I mean, a fascinating way because we expected, a lot of people expected Gukesh to run over Ding Liren in the final. But that was never going to be the case. Ding Liren showed that he is well prepared by beating Gukesh in the very first game, although Gukesh has equalized after that. And players have been even Stevens so far. And I expect the following next few days, next few games to be even more intense because now is the time when the players will try to press for whatever press home whatever advantage they get. So now the battle will become more intense, and the games we might see longer games, and it's shaping up quite. In a very fascinating manner, actually, because Mukesh, although being just 18 years of age, he has shown tremendous poise over here, and he has not been flustered by the presence of the world champion and everything else that is going on around this match. So he is completely focused, and he has shown that he is well prepared. I mean, there were possibly a couple of games when he could have really actually done better, but those things happen. Those things happen in sport and in chess. So those they will have to take that in stride. And I would say there are no favorites in this match. In this match anymore, there are no favorites. There are no underdogs.
Shomik has a question, but before that, just to put it in context, Athrev will be reporting from the venue from tomorrow from Sentosa Island. He's there right till the end of the tournament. Huh? That's the whole point that he's traveled to Singapore. So he will be reporting on the Gukesh encounter right till the end, which is the 13th. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Gukesh will win, and we will get Athrev to speak to Gukesh as well in an interview and celebrate Gukesh. So that is the whole point. Our multi-sport coverage formula and our commitment to multi-sport remains. So that is the reason that Athrev is in Singapore. Before Shomik asks the question, for any badminton fan, Tan Kim Her will join the join the Indian doubles team in a week from now. So that's the update from badminton. I've spoken to a number of people in the circuit, including Gopichan. I can tell you this that Tan Kim Her is now final, and Tan Kim Her is expected to join or come to India around the 10th or the 11th to take over the coaching responsibility of Satvik and Chirag. So that's the badminton update as far as Tan Kim Her is concerned. And I am sure every Indian fan will be delighted to see Tan Kim Her, who has worked with Satvik and Chirag in the past, back in the Indian ranks. Shumik, your question for Atra before we let him go and move
Yes,
to
yes.
cricket.
I have a, question for Arthur. I mean, yesterday was game six, right? And Gukesh overstretched it. Why do you think? I mean, game six is always very significant in a world championship. If we see the Fisher Spassky match, that pawn sacrifice happened on game six. If we see Anand versus Carlsen in Chennai, I mean, that mastery from Carlsen that tilted the championship in Carlsen's favor. That came in Game Six, and yesterday also. I mean, yeah, as Ding was provoked, I mean, trying to provoke Gukesh, he sort of fell into the trap and overstretched it. Why do you think Game Six is that important in a World Championship?
And Atru, if you see yesterday, I think you were on your way to the airport. At one point, Ding offered Gukesh a draw, literally. And Gukesh just played the move, stood up, and walked away. And that was complete psychological pressure trying on the part of Gukesh against. And Shomik is spot on. Game six is always fascinating. Your thoughts?
Two questions. I mean, two parts. I would answer that in two parts. One is that, see, 14 games, so 6 games is almost a halfway stage. And the sixth game is also a time when the players have had a good look at each other. They have understood each other a little more than they were in the beginning of the match. So, game six or game seven or game eight, now things will become more close. And as you said, that Gukesh did not deliberately take that draw offer from Dingliren. That was possibly move 26 or move 27. The game went on until 42 moves or 44 moves. So that was, yes, that was a sign that Gukesh did not accept the draw offer even with black pieces. So that is also significant. Ding had white pieces. So Gukesh would have been happy with a draw. Draw with black when you are not trailing in this match is an acceptable result. Mukesh himself said that after the second game of this competition. So sixth game, yes, it's a halfway stage. The players are beginning to understand each other a lot better. They are anticipating each other's steps. So it'll only become more intense from here, and you can possibly see a few results in the coming rounds. We have so far we have seen only two results. There were two in two matches. There was a win or loss, and 4 matches were drawn. 4 games were drawn. So now I think that ratio will change. Which way it will go, it's difficult to tell because Ding has been very deceptive. I mean, if you look at the build-up, during the build-up, everybody said that Ding is not the favorite, Gukesh is the favorite. Ding himself went on record but he said that he is afraid of losing badly. That coming from a world champion against an 18-year-old was very, very unusual. So it was possibly part of his preparation plans to deliberately underplay his chances. And now that the match has started, we are seeing that they are even Stevens. I mean, we can't say that Gukesh has held an edge over Dean. So as Shomik said, game six, that was yes, it was
Do you
Gukesh.
think Gukesh could have something? Do you think Gukesh could have something off his sleeves as tomorrow, as we will be playing with whites? Because on in game three we saw that spectacular poison pawn move that completely flummoxed Ding.
See, I think what Gukesh will do is, I think he has gone there with 7 plans with white. He will not repeat the same thing with white peaches. What he did with white in game one, he didn't do that in game three. Again, game five, he came up with something different. So I think he will play. I mean, 7 different. I mean, variations, seven variations we will see from him when he is having white pieces.
We'll let you go there, Athro. We wanted to have you there as part of the show today because it's a rest day, your first day in Singapore. So take a break, get yourself rested because you'll have to report from tomorrow. Just so everybody knows, tomorrow Athro will be there from 2 o'clock India to 5 o'clock game in Singapore. So 2:30 India time. That's when the game starts. So we will have him live. We'll have Shubhan live, Devashish live, and Rohit Juglan live from the Indian practice. So we will have a complete global kind of coverage with Gargi in Delhi, somebody in Singapore, somebody in Australia, us in Calcutta. That's how we will try and cover sport, and that's the whole mission of this particular platform. So, Atro, look forward to your pieces, and thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Gargi, question for you. So here goes 2026. Rohan, Atro দেখে ছেড়ে দেই, yeah. So 2026, India and Sri Lanka are co-hosting the World Cup. Now, clear hybrid, India and Sri Lanka. Pakistan could have played their matches in Sri Lanka. That is a hybrid model. All of a sudden, Pakistan now has given a proposition where they want to play their matches in Dubai. And they want ICC to commit to that. They want India to commit to that.
I'm more
I mean,
interested
where is
in
this
knowing
coming
what
from?
they will name this one.
Where is this? I want to ask Shubhayan also, but first you, Gargi, then Shubhayan, and then Shomik. What is this formula that we will not go and play in Sri Lanka, which is neutral ground, which is hybrid, which is fusion, which is whatever, but you want to go and play in Dubai? You think the broadcasters are idiots? You think what? What is the problem? I mean, where is PCB coming from and what do they want? Gargi Rao.
Um, See, this is throwing me for a loop because what does PCB even want at this point? Nobody knows. Does PCB know? I'm not sure. But they want to play in Dubai and not Sri Lanka, which is weird and bizarre because what's the problem with Sri Lanka? We'll have to understand that part first. We'll have to get some statement from PCB asking, what's wrong with Sri Lanka, and then second thing I'm more interested in knowing is what they'll name that model because we've got curious names. What was the
Apparently, fusion and what? Rohit said
what
fusion
was it?
and
Hybrid and fusion.
no fusion.
No. Just a second. I will check.
Fusion and something more. But anyway, you figure that out. But before that, Shubhayan, tell me
Partnership.
what partnership? Okay, partnership and fusion. Figure out from thesaurus and Oxford Dictionary. Shubhayan, what is this? What is this going on? We want our dignity back, so we will be foolish. What is this plan? That a hybrid model tournament you want a match in Dubai? How is that even possible? Where is this coming from? And what we know on a serious note, they will never get this in writing. The ICC or the BCCI will never consent to this. So the PCB once again have put themselves in a hole. They will not get this. So Shubha, your thoughts?
They are clearly rattled, and what they are doing right now is complete whataboutery. And Devashish has some brilliant graffitis behind his back, some great
The whole world is
painting.
asking for Devashish. কোথায় Devashish? কোথায়? There's a hashtag going on. Mama ke niye ashun. হচ্ছেটা কি?
Or the guy who is laughing is behind everything.
Shomikda,
No, Somik, this is Shubhan
তোকে
Chapra.
বলছি,
তোকে বলছে
তোকে বলছি।
what did I do? What did I do? I did not do anything.
No.
Mama welcome.
With that, Mama, welcome. Anyway, Shubhan, continue. It's an important
Yes,
subject. So
yes.
PCB is suggesting that. So let's put it in context first. PCB is saying we will agree to hybrid provided for the next 3 years all India Pak matches, whether it is in Sri Lanka, the tournament is, or wherever, has to be played in Dubai. That's their formula. They will never get this done. ICC and BCCI or any board will not agree to this foolishness. Shubhan, your thoughts?
I think Borjada, this is complete whataboutery what they are doing right now. They are clearly rattled. They clearly know that they have again been defeated. Whatever their motive was in trying to delay this hybrid model, fusion model, partnership model, sharing is caring model, whatever they want to call it. I think they are clearly rattled, and I think this is something which is being passed on to their PCB or Pakistan journalists or agenda peddlers, whatever term we can give to them. They don't have anything to talk about now. They can't praise the BCCI. They can't praise the ICC. What they can do is divert the matter. Now what we are seeing is these guys are writing on Twitter that we have defeated India, we have defeated DCCI. They have clearly they have no idea. They are trying to divert it into a future topic that next 3 years, next year we won't go, next couple of years we won't go, whatever 3 years India is hosting we won't go. But clearly on present we all know that PCB, what their motive was, that has been defeated. And clearly they don't have anything to talk about right now, because they won't criticize their own board, they can't criticize Mohsin Naqvi, they can't criticize their interior minister. So what they are doing is they are trying to divert it, and now saying देख लेना 2025 में इंडिया नहीं जाएगा, 2026 में इंडिया नहीं जाएगा, इंडिया में नहीं जाएंगे पाकिस्तान. And in the matter of 2026 World Cup, it is already in a shared model, co-hosted by Sri Lanka. So from where does this topic of going to Dubai arrives in this discussion? Clearly, they were not making sense when they were talking about India pointing out the security issues, and when they were adamant that no, India will have to come, or we will host it without the Indian team. They were blindfolded then, and they are blindfolded right now when they are saying nahi nahi arey, we will go to Dubai and play our Champions Trophy. From where does Dubai comes in? From where does ICC? How? From where will ICC agree on this? They won't give any kind of extra budget for the next T20 World Cup if the matches are to be held in Dubai. And why should Dubai be there? If you have issues in it, of coming to India, then play your matches in Sri Lanka. ICC will be happy to give those matches in Colombo. Colombo has a decent enough capacity, 35 40,000 capacity. They can clearly go there and play those matches, and Sri Lanka Cricket Board will
So,
also be happy.
listen to this. Listen to this. So, what we are getting from PCB, quote, rather from Pakistan, Pakistan does not care about money, but honor and dignity. Sources. A new formula will have to be fixed on the basis of
Formula.
parity to settle the matter. Sources. Pakistan wants the new formula to be fixed for 3 years. Sources. The new formula will not be applicable only to Champions Trophy. Sources. The formula will be in place for all ICC events for 3 years. Sources. This is what has
No,
been planted by.
this formula is the new term for the hybrid model. Simple as that. This formula will only be. I'm saying you note the date again. December 2, 2024. India will go and play their matches of Champions Trophy in Dubai. Pakistan will travel there to play against India in Dubai. The one of the semi-finals will be hosted in Dubai, and if India qualifies for the final, it will be hosted in Dubai. Write it in. I'm telling you, write it, screen record it, troll me if I go get it wrong. 2025, when India hosts the Women's World Cup, Pakistan team will travel. PCB does not give one hitch about the women's team, and now they are talking about women's team and their travel itinerary. What they were doing when the Pakistani women's players were crying when they were not getting their salaries and everything. Where were they? Now suddenly they care everything about their safety and everything about their itinerary and their. Uh,
Strong words there,
this
Shubhanshu.
is
Going
what
to
it is.
argue on
This is
that,
facts. These are facts. These are
yeah,
facts.
it is absolutely
These
fact.
are facts.
That is why I was so taken aback today when this Dubai formula came in. I'll go to Gargi on that as well. But Devashish, your thoughts, because this is becoming serious and PCB is becoming kind of a joke now.
This is laughable. Seriously, they are a joke.
Yeah, they have become a laughing stock, so as to say. Means obviously they should have accepted the hybrid model right from the start. Then this entire drama that has been going on for last 3 months, and it is only compounded by the addition of their journalists. I won't say journalists, the so-called YouTubers from Pakistan. Um, uh, so
Agenda
and now agenda peddlers. So now they have themselves turned out to be the laughing stock. As Shubhan rightly said, I am also a firm believer that in the Champions Trophy, we all know is going to be by hybrid model, and India, if they reach to the finals, make it to the finals, will play their final in Dubai. So Pakistan Cricket Board may vouch for anything, but the end of the matter is one of the semi-final will be held in Dubai, and considering that if India goes on to the final, then the final will also be played in Dubai. So no way the matches of Champions Trophy, if India makes it to the semi-final or final, will be played in Pakistan. So Pakistan, yes, Shubhain.
Yeah, about
There's another clip going viral of Rashid Latif, couple of clips on social media where in one of the videos he's talking about Bhai and meeting Bhai
yeah,
and his
I've seen that.
Bhai controlling all the cricketing matters. So it's clearly we know I don't have to name that Bhai, you know all the what he's talking about and which player he's talking about, and he clearly is very satisfied about while talking about Bhai, and he's an international terrorist, by the way. He's an international most wanted terrorist, by the way. So we clearly know now that their army, their government is not only harboring these bhais, but their former cricketers, international cricketers, are also commenting openly about
Let,
meeting
let,
bhais and everyone.
let's put this in context. In that video, he's actually saying he stays close by in Karachi. When
Right,
I saw that, I found it distasteful. Distasteful that you're openly talking about it, saying he stays close by in Karachi. It is distasteful coming from an international cricketer. Just a few days back, we've seen what Javed Miandad has done. Today, we are seeing what Rashid Latif is doing. This is a mockery of ethics. This is an absolute mockery of ethics, mockery of spirit. And I hope the ICC is watching and listening under Jai Shah and they take note of what is happening in Pakistan. And what Shubhan was saying, just before I go to Shomik and Gargi, go and check a news report on October 3rd. That's what I was checking. October 3rd, during the UAE T20 Women's World Cup, 4 months, Pakistan women's team had not been paid.
right.
That's what the reality is. On the 3rd of October, multiple news reports came out which were clear that Pakistan women's team has not been paid for 4 months. So a country that does not pay its women cricketers for 4 months, all of a sudden becomes the messiah of women's cricket and tries to protect them from apparent insecurities on Indian soil by trying to bargain and trying to project a nationalistic front are nothing but an absolute bunch of jokers, as Mohinder Amarnath had famously said. Show me your thoughts.
And another before Shomikda takes over the second video of Rashid Latif which is going viral. He talks about Indian लोगों को तो इमारतें बनाना नहीं आता, चाहे वो पुरानी उनकी इमारतें हो, हम बना के गए इंडिया में. अरे, a message to Rashid Latif and all those who are watching and sharing those videos. पाकिस्तान कहाँ से पैदा हुआ है वो आप लोगों को पता है. I don't want to degrade
No,
myself or degrade my words,
don't
but
respond
you
to that.
know
Don't
from
respond
where
to that.
Pakistan has come.
Don't respond
Yes,
to that.
Shomikda.
Yeah.
No, see, the whole thing is, I mean, so weird in the sense that Dubai formula you have spoken about, and what I am told that they want a written guarantee from the BCCI. They are pushing the ICC for a written guarantee from the BCCI that henceforth the next four ICC events that India is scheduled to host, Pakistan will also play in a hybrid model. Now, international relations is a very fluid subject. You don't know what is going to happen after 6 months, let alone in 2031 when the last of those ICC events in India is scheduled. And we have just written a story that India BCCI is never going to give a written guarantee.
Why should they?
Why should they? Absolutely. And just think about the funny side of it. I mean, Pakistan 2026 T20 World Cup, Pakistan are going to play their matches, all other matches in Sri Lanka, and then traveling all the way back to Dubai and playing against India and then returning to Colombo. So, just from logistics point of view, is it feasible? The broadcasters and all. I think that I mean the fact of the matter is that it's all part of damage control. Now they set out a narrative that fell flat on its face. Now they have to do something that might soothe their people back at home. So that is that damage control formula they have been searching for.
Gargi, your thoughts?
I mean, when you think of all these things, what PCB has been doing for the past few months or whatever, it's clear that PCB only wants to have their way. That's all they want, and they want BCCI to not have their way. It's clear. It's a clear India versus Pakistan thing, and there are political motives involved as well. Of course, we know how the PCB chief is directly elected by the president in president or prime minister in Pakistan. So it's clear that there is politics, a lot of politics involved in this. But bringing up women's cricketers in this and the women's cricket team, I think is very unfair from PCB, like you said, that their salaries haven't been given, their match fees haven't been given. Yet they're talking about taking away an incredible opportunity from the team of traveling to India and playing with quality sides in the World Cup. Absolutely unfair, and it just doesn't do well. It's not right coming from PCB.
5 points. Point one, Mr. Naqvi, if you're listening, you had said that you will not accept the hybrid model. My understanding of English is no less to yours. In semantics, it is called fusion. In semantics, it is called some other word. In essence, it is hybrid. In summation, it is hybrid. So what you are doing is you are accepting the hybrid model. Have the courage to show up and say that you've accepted the hybrid model. Point number one. Point number two. For the longest time, you guys were saying that India will have to come to Pakistan. India will have to come to Pakistan. India will never travel to Pakistan for the reason that your ex-cricketers are openly saying that you harbor terrorists. There is absolutely no reason for India to travel to Pakistan, and India will not, as long as you guys harbor terrorists and there is a security threat which is real. Point number three, India controls the purse, India controls the votes. You know why? Because India is rational. And that is why all of the other boards have told you on your face that accept the hybrid model or the tournament moves out. That's why you have to accept it. And you're now playing like the child who wants some other candy. Play the match in Dubai, play the match in China, play the match in Honolulu. You think others are idiots? You think people are jokers that the rest of the tournament will be in Sri Lanka and the match will be in Dubai? You think it is even plausible for the broadcaster to agree to that? Number four, if India doesn't play a tournament like the ICC Champions Trophy, there is no tournament. Face the geopolitical reality of this world. The world is controlled, as far as the cricket world is concerned, it is controlled by India and Indian money. India has the votes, and that is what controls the purse. Face it. It is not Pakistan, it is India. Whether you like it or not, this is the truth, and you will have to accede to that. Number five, whether or not you agree, you will have to play this Champions Trophy on a hybrid model. Simple as that. Your matches will be in Dubai for the Champions Trophy. Going forward, if you are saying that till 2031 it has to be hybrid, then I'm sorry, you don't deserve to be a politician. You are saying there will be border instability till 2031. Resign, because you are not good enough to be an interior minister of a country, because you are clearly saying that there will be no political improvement till 2031. Mr. Naqvi, you're an absolute disgrace. That's what you are. Shubhan, your thoughts.
And if ever they are thinking that India would be traveling to Pakistan for the Champions Trophy, they are living in fool's
Hey,
paradise.
come on here.
It was never going to happen.
Shubhan, ball.
You know what, Boryada, I think it is about time that ICC also takes notice of such comments. India has been very clear from day one, whether it's the government, whether it is the government official, or whether it's the BCCI, that BCCI always look forward to what the government is saying, what their government instructions are, and government of India has been very clear right from that 26/11 unfortunate incident, that until and unless Pakistan stops harboring the terrorist, their army stops sponsoring the terrorists, stop giving them support, India will not play any sort of cricket. Cricket is one of the biggest, after Bollywood. Cricket is the biggest market in terms of generating money in Indian ecosystem, and India's money, as you rightly said, supports world cricket, ICC tournaments. Majority of sponsors, barring a couple from Saudi Arabia, are all Indian, whether it's Dream 11 or any other fantasy app, whether it is the broadcasters, whether it is the stadium sponsors, all are Indian majorly. So India is not only developing its own game, its own base, and India does not care about ICC money. They can generate that kind of money from a single season of IPL, perhaps more.
Shubhan, 1 minute. How many years have Pakistan cricketers played in the IPL? How many
One,
years have
two,
Pakistan cricketers played?
2008 was
How
the
much
last.
money does the IPL generate? IPL generates billions and billions and billions of dollars. Today, the BCCI is valued, just yesterday's report, billions of dollars, and that is no Pakistan cricketer is allowed to play in the IPL. India does not need Pakistan to stand on its feet. ICC
Absolutely.
money is not required by India. It is the other way around. Unfortunate reality for Pakistan is ICC and global cricket survives on Indian funds. Accept the geopolitical reality because it is staring you on the face, and don't behave like a child and say, oh, you know what, we will play in Dubai, and despite the tournament being in Sri Lanka, you will have to come and play in Dubai. Are you a child talking like that? Because you know what, your whole narrative has fallen on its face, so you now want some kind of a face saver, which according to you is dignity. What dignity are you talking about? First, go and protect the dignity of your women cricketers. Pay them, take care of them, develop your own cricket, then come and talk dignity to us. And your YouTubers, I keep saying this on a public platform, they are absolute filth. There is no need for anybody to engage with them because they are gutter. That's what they are. They are
And not
absolute
their
gutter.
YouTubers, even their former cricketers, be it an Abdul Razak in past, Shahid Afridi commenting about
If
Modi.
there was a clip, I don't know what show it was. There was a clip with Pakistan former cricketers talking about Shahid Afridi shaking the hands of an Indian
Yeah,
politician, and because his hand was so hard
that
that
was
the
that
Indian
was from
politician held back.
ARY's World Cup show with
Bloody
Wasim Akram, Waqar
nonsense.
Yunus.
I mean, exactly. Do you not have the basic respect for an elderly politician? You're talking about that and laughing on your show, you jerks. Come on, yeah. The basic that you can do is have some respect before you behave like that on public television and a public platform.
And you know,
And
deep
if
down
their
they
interior
know.
minister, if their interior minister is coming out and saying we won't travel, we want same hybrid model or formula or whatever name they want to give it. If they're saying we want to do the same, follow the same till 2031, till the current ICC cycle, then they're clearly stating that the terrorism, their funding of terrorism, their support of terrorism won't stop. And I think it won't remain as Mohsin Naqvi is not just a PCB chairman; he's also an interior minister of Pakistan. It does not remain just a cricketing statement. It becomes a geopolitical statement again, trying to ignite terrorism, trying to ignite those emotions which we have put in control. And when India reacts, we know what happened after Pulwama. When India reacts, it becomes very tough for Pakistan to save their face.
No,
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 sorry,
yeah,
sorry, Shubhan. You know, the whole irony is the deep down, even they know the reality. I was talking to Kamran Akmal this
nah,
morning.
say that.
I was talking to Kamran Akmal this morning. I incorporated its quote in our writing today. The thing is that I asked him that PCB wants written guarantee, and his response was, I mean, उसका क्या मतलब होता है? मतलब बायलैटरल सीरीज के बारे में तो पहले भी रिटन एग्रीमेंट हुआ था, वो तो दैट वाज नॉट ऑनर्ड, तो उसका कुछ मतलब नहीं होता है. So the fact of the matter is that deep down they also know. I mean, they have become prisoners of their posturing.
Right, right.
They have become prisoners of their foolhardiness.
How they have treated Danish Kaneria. Danish Kaneria keeps on saying he has given out so many inside stories from their dressing room. The kind of racism that used to happen with him in that dressing room with all the Muslim players around. And I don't want to get into Hindu Muslim, but that has happened to him in the dressing room. He was at one point literally forced by some of the Pakistan players to convert. So
No,
this is not how a cricketing team should run.
let us not kind of stoop at all, because
No,
as far
but
as
these are
our
facts.
stand
These
is
are facts
concerned,
stated by a
yeah,
former
yeah,
international cricketer in that dressing room.
this matter.
Abdul Razak speaks rubbish about India. Shahid Afridi speaks rubbish about India. Their current players speak rubbish about India. Uh, what, how are we Rashid Latif? What are these sort of comments should not come from international cricketer, and then they say let's not mix politics with sports. Let's keep sport into
Rashid,
sports place.
I saw Rashid Latif's show, and he was with Dr. Norman Niaz, and he's
Yeah.
talking about यहाँ पास में भाई रहते हैं. And I'm like, what is he talking about? Is this guy for real? And he's not being arrested. He's not being interrogated. If I was, if if they are claiming that they don't harbor terrorists, and somebody is sitting on a public platform and saying यहाँ पे भाई रहता है, तो interrogate that man. Arrest that man, take him into custody and ask, आपको कहाँ से पता, कैसे पता,
Pakistan,
मुझे तो बताइए.
Pakistan government keeps on saying,
Exactly.
we don't have that
We
bhai
don't have
in
ideas.
question.
We don't know. So then Rashid Latif should be put behind bars and questioned. And this guy then tweets, next ICC meeting is on 5th of December. What is your source, Mr. Latif? Are you in touch with the PCB? Are you in touch? And then you're saying, यहाँ पे भाई को harbor करते हैं, वहाँ पे भाई रहता है. What are you talking about? And are you out of your mind? And then the Pakistan government and the Pakistan Interior Affairs Minister becomes the PCB chief? Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. And then they come up with a formula, and you know why? Because Jai Shah has taken over, so they want to drag
Yeah,
this. Jai Shah has
absolutely.
taken
This
over
is
as
the
ICC chairman. They
main
want to
reason.
drag this. They want to make it difficult for Jai Shah because he's an Indian. Absolute utter nonsense. That is what it is. Fact of the matter is, ICC, they don't even have one vote left. They have no votes. Come and tell me which government, which ICC vote is theirs? Not one. Devashish Sen, what is the future of the Champions Trophy? Because clearly Pakistan will get no written undertaking from the BCCI or anybody or the ICC. Your thoughts?
As a simple cricket fan, means we all know that Champions Trophy will go ahead without Pakistan. If Pakistan does not want to play, so be it. Because without India, Champions Trophy cannot happen. Because the all the money comes from India and its sponsors. So there is no two ways denying the fact that Champions Trophy cannot be staged. ICC cannot stage a Champions Trophy or a rather ICC event without the participation of India. They may let go Pakistan, yes, but when it comes to India, no ICC event can happen without the participation of India.
Gargi, what is the eventual outcome according to you? Because BCCI won't give in, ICC won't give in, no other board will give in. You think PCB will eat humble pie again?
100%. I think PCB is sort of overestimating their importance in this tournament. It can happen without PCB and without PCB's funds, which are none. It's obviously, like Debashi said as well, that it's BCCI sponsors that really bring all the money in, and of course the audience as well. Wherever there's the Indian team, there's audience, there are sponsors. So, like you said, PCB will once again eat the humble pie because there is really no importance of PCB in this tournament when you think about it. When you think of the pragmatic side.
No, see, the thing is that a few days back, I read a brilliant piece at the Dawn written by one of their ex-armymen who has now retired. And in that piece, I forgot his name, but he said India has dehyphenated Pakistan a long ago. Pakistan is struggling to do that. Pakistan is struggling to dehyphenate. I just give some breakup. ISIS's projected annual income for the 2024 to 2027 cycle is around $600 million. India contribute to more than 70% of it. It is very generous of the BCCI not to ask for a 50% revenue share. BCCI is getting 38% because they want other cricket boards to grow as well. This is the reason why BCCI Indian cricket team also travels to Zimbabwe. There is no reason BCCI is not getting anything by sending Indian team to Zimbabwe, but the Zimbabwean cricket will stay afloat if BCCI sends a team there. So
On this note, Gargi was with me. Dr. Jaishankar made it a very clear point to state that because of 2028 Olympics and cricket's inclusion, BCCI will continue to support Nepal, BCCI will continue to support Afghanistan, BCCI will continue to support other cricket boards because they want the global sport to come up. She was with me in that book launch when he made this point based on a question that I was asked by one of the audience members. So that is the stand of the Indian External Affairs Minister and the BCCI. So we want to put that on record. I think we've had a lovely discussion on Pakistan. Lots of questions. Let's go to all my guests for the next 5 odd minutes because Shubhayan and people have to sleep also. Uh, Devashish is still on his way. Yes. Our 5 minutes tha. Boria sir, show with Vikrant and Nikhil. Come on, yaar. How do I go and do a show with Vikrant and Nikhil? It's an open invite. If Vikrant and Nikhil wants to come and join us for our shows, they are welcome. This is a platform by journalists and for journalists. They are welcome to come and join our shows. Vikrant has been a friend of mine, and I've helped him a lot in every possible way. So he's welcome to come and join a show of mine. As far as Nikhil is concerned, again, I reserve my comments. Go read my book, and you will know more. I have no disrespect. Having said that, I leave that ball outside of stump. Shubhander Rahane or Venki, KKR captain, bolo bhai.
Nothing decided, no meeting done whatsoever after the IPL auction. There's still some time to go for the IPL, so in the due course, KKR will take their decision. But no meeting whatsoever, no decision whatsoever when it comes to KKR captain for the next season. I still feel it is my opinion completely that Venkatesh Iyer will lead the side, but so far officially there has been no meeting whatsoever in regards to the KKR captain.
I
So
will put it
no
on record.
Rahane, no Venkatesh Iyer. Yeah.
I had a chat with Venki Mysore today, who is outside of India, and he said, I will not react to speculation, which was a news report which said Ajinkya Rahane is captain. And he said it to me. He said, Boria, I don't want to react to speculation. Don't ask me to react to speculation. Venki Mysore, KKR CEO, traveling outside of India at this point in time. Somebody is saying, Karan, please call Riddhiman Saha as guest. I will. The day he unconditionally apologizes to me and my family, that day he is welcome. But first, unconditional apology for all the lies that he has peddled. Openly, unconditional apology for all the lies that he has peddled. Has Rohit Juglan reached Adelaide? Devashish and Shubhayan? Yes, I think so, because he was on his way from Canberra, so he should be. Devashish, Mama looks at a high level, high level intelligence officer. Now that's a new one. Devashish, you've become a high level intelligence officer. React.
Did that come from? Where did that come from? I
Priyanshu
don't
is
know.
asking.
I don't know what sort of comments means.
He,
ওর মধ্যে একটা swag আছে, সেটাই বলছিল।
no, he's basically like
Okay, Shubhayan, I'll let you
No,
go.
Boria
No more.
have Virachi.
he is basically like a character in Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas.
Devashish, nice. They were last few minutes. Honest opinion, Jotayu. Correct. That is actually a possibility. An absolute correct. Gargi, you must watch Feluda. Otherwise, you will not get this question, this Jotayu one. Devashish is spot on Jotayu. I mean, absolute Lalmohan Ganguly Aka Jotayu is what Devashish stands for. Uh, RP as a opener as LSG, your thoughts? Gargi Rao, take that. Rishabh Pant as opener, very high possibility, but take it.
Really?
Either opener or number 3, done. It will be Aiden Markram, Rishabh Pant, or Rishabh Pant at number 3, Markram and Mitchell Marsh to open. That's their formula, but take it.
No, I'd personally send him to number 3 because of his playing style, his aggressiveness, his ability to switch up the game. I think best suited at number 3. Anything above that, I think others are suited. There are other batters to take care of that.
Okay, Shomik's professional journey, 30 years, my senior actually in the profession. I am not even a sports journalist. I've come from an academic background. Somebody asked Shomik Chakraborty's, Shomik sir's professional background. His eyes are always sharp. Devashish is, acha, that is why you said intelligence officer. Devashish is always on the lookout for stories. That is a fact. শুভঙ্কর দা না শুভায়ন দা হবে ভাই ওটা কি বলছে প্লিজ অ্যাক্ট লাইক ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট পার্টি কি বলছে বুঝলাম না কি কেস হ্যাঁ বুঝতে পারছি না ধরতে পারছি না আসলে কমেন্টটা কোথায় গেল কমেন্টটা চলে গেল ছেড়ে দে দেবাশিস আচ্ছা উইল বি কভার দ্য হকি ইন্ডিয়া লিগ 100% we will cover the hockey India league ওই প্রশ্নটা দে will we cover the hockey India league 100% we will cover the hockey India league at that point Gargi Trisha Boria Shubhayan Devashish Rohit and who else is there আরেকটা কে জানো Ogni 7 of us will be in Australia Rohan will be in Rourkela to cover the inauguration of the Hockey India League on 28th of December. All matches of the Hockey India League will be covered. Devashish, I think, has reached his hotel. Shubhankar da, any inputs for the third pacer? Let's go to Devashish on that. Devashish, Harshit Rana, Akashdeep, any indication yet or still to decide?
I was with a very influential person. You know who I was with having dinner. But let me just tell you that there is a very high possibility of Akashdeep playing that pink ball test. I leave it on that. There is a very high possibility of Akashdeep playing in that pink ball test, despite Harshit Rana performing well in the first test.
Sources are never to be revealed.
Never. Absolutely never. Never.
So last few questions. He looks like brother of Arjun Chakraborty. Who? Shomik? Who looks like the brother of Arjun Chakraborty? Why is it difficult to pick Bumrah? Gargi, you want to take that? Why is it difficult to pick Bumrah?
It's difficult to pick Bumrah. Look, I think okay, this is very, it's going to get very technical, but in very simple terms, and to answer it very short, he's got a very unpredictable action where it's very difficult to understand where he's releasing the ball from. That's how batters pick the line and length of the ball is from looking at where the ball is released. I've heard a lot of batters, international batters, talk about how when it comes to Bumrah, it's very difficult to pick it if he's going to bowl a full length delivery or a short ball, because both of his somehow both of those release points are very similar to each other. So I think that's one reason. And of course the second one is his action. It's difficult to understand where the ball is being released from. And of course he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeves, and there's always unpredictability with what Bumrah is going to do next. So all these make a perfect bowler like Jasprit Bumrah.
Gargi,
And by the way, I asked her the question because she's played the sport. Yeah, that's why I asked her the question. And the reason I recruited Gargi is because she has played the sport. She's not a bimbo sitting on our show. All of us love our sport. Gargi has played the sport, is committed to the sport, and has played the sport at a higher level than many of us. So that is why I went with the technical question to her. Yes, sure.
And Gargi also, you are absolutely spot on. And one more thing about Bumrah's bowling, that does the trick. See, Bumrah stays ahead of the batsman always. He's like a chess player. He's like a chess
He's a
grandmaster
genius.
who always outthinks the batsman. It's always about staying ahead in the game and his wrist. And the way his wrist works the magic. So
Yeah.
people talk a lot about his unusual action, his run up and all. But at the end of the day, that end product is Bumrah outsmarts him.
Okay, there was a question saying give Devashish the special hike. Chala to? Give give Devashish the special hike. কোথায় গেল রে? Give Mama a special hike. Devashish doesn't want. রামকৃষ্ণ জানো? মাটি টাকা, টাকা মাটি। দেবাশিস এইসবের ঊর্ধ্বে। Devashish is beyond monetary mortal gains. He doesn't want that. For him, he's at that elevated level of almost enlightened moksha. So don't ask such questions. Goriada, give our mama a special hike. He doesn't need any of that. His happiness is his work. And this I am saying seriously. Someone who lands in Perth and says, I'm going straight to the ground. That is Devashish, and I love and respect that tremendously. And I'm saying it, I don't have that kind of energy anymore to do the kind of stuff that these guys do. Devashish or Rohit, the kind of effort they put in, I don't have it in me anymore to be able to do that. So hats off. Final two questions. Hanuma Vihari Pujara Rahane. Bhai, আবার কি? Sahaba dropped off. দেখতেই পাচ্ছি না, কোয়েশ্চেনই তো কি করে করবো ভাই? At a wrong time, they could have played 2-3 years more. You want to take that?
Do you feel Hanuma Vihari
Pujari
Pujara?
Rahane Saha could have played 2-3 years more.
Pujara, yes. Pujara, I think yes. Pujara, because he has been performing in first class cricket also. But Indian team has decided to move on. We have to respect that. Um, at some point, you have to usher in the next generation and Indian team. Pujara is being replaced with the batsman for the future, that is Shubman Gill. So you cannot complain. And there will be ups and downs. There will be a phase of transition, and that would be a difficult phase. But once you have decided to bring on the youngsters, you have to keep faith in them. You have to give them a long rope. And I don't see. There was. Rightly, very rightly, the BCCI, the selectors, and the team management have decided not to take a regressive step.
Okay, there's one question I end with that, which says Devashish Da can alone handle Bangladeshi and Pakistani YouTubers. No, he can't. Devashish is sane. Devashish is rational. You can't handle loonies. No Devashish, no Gargi, no Shomik, no Boria, no Shubhayan. Nobody can. We are sane people. You cannot handle loonies. So we can't. We will be back tomorrow with plenty of cricket action. Devashish will be there at the India optional practice. There is a press conference as well, Australian press conference. We will report on all of that. 12:30 India, or rather 12, which is 5 p.m. Adelaide. So we will do a live around 12:30. Gargi will inform you. Shomik, me, Devashish, Gargi, Shubha, and Rohit Jugla, and all of us will join. The moment the Indian practice starts, all of them will join us from there, and we will continue to build. Also, we will do a special interview with Triza Jolly and Gayatri Gopichand. They've just won the Syed Modi International. So, Syed Modi International BWF 300 event, their first tour title. So, we will do an interview with them. We will put that out. Atreo will be reporting on chess from Singapore. Rohan and Rahul on football. Hockey Premier League, Hockey India League, Rohan will go to Rourkela. So huge amount of sports action on Rev Sports in the offing. For the moment, Gargi, Devashish, Shomik, Shubhayan, to everyone watching, thank you very, very much for being with us.